Hey, it's Colleen with Rope and Resellers, and I'm here for a quick tip for you and things to look out for when you're out garage sailing, and especially at estate sales. People don't sew anymore, so this is all about sewing machines. I did some pattern ones, so you guys can check those out. But today I want to mainly focus on vintage ones. I do have a more modern one, but vintage is kind of what I know. So the first thing I wanted to show you was my Viking. I actually own another Viking upstairs. It belonged to my mom, and that's the sewing machine I use every day. It's made out of metal. People like metal sewing machines because they don't break, and you can replace the parts in them pretty easily. So this is a Viking 21. It's worth well over $100. I still have the tag on it. I haven't even busted this out. I have tried it out, and it works fine. And usually when you find these at estate sales, you're going to find them between $5 and $10, and they're going to work fine. It's just that the family members don't sew, or if they're moving, they don't want to move it. And as we get older, you know, you can't see as well. It's harder to sew. It's harder on your back. It's harder on your hands. So they give it up pretty early on, usually in their 70s, or maybe you could sew into your 80s. I mean, I guess you could sew forever. But anyway, when they finally go to either the great beyond or to assisted living, they generally are not going to be taking their sewing machines. So those things get left behind, and the family members don't want them. People don't sew anymore. So look for Viking, and because it's one of my favorites. They last forever. And then this one I just wanted to show you real quick. This is a Hello Kitty Janome, which is not usually a super great brand. Some of their high-end stuff sells okay, and they're industrial machines, but because this one has a little Hello Kitty on it, they make a red one. I think they make a teal one. They make a white one. So that's something else to look for, is something with characters on it. This is the only one that I know of that has characters. I haven't really dove into it very much. I just saw this at a garage sale. One of my girls showed some interest in sewing, and so I picked it up for $10. There again, I've looked it up. There, like I said, it's worth like 80 bucks, 75, 80 bucks, but I'm not selling it because my kids use this one, so I don't mind. So let's go look at the computer and see what we can find over there.
So you could spend hours going down the rabbit hole of sewing machines, but I'm just going to show you a few names to watch out for. I'm focusing mainly on vintage sewing machines, and I'll show you a couple other examples of things you can look out for, but you probably won't see in the wild. But if they come up, that's what they are. So vintage sewing machine, this is the holy grail, the Featherweight 221. Everybody wants one. People restore them. There's a ton of stuff online about them. If you look up vintage sewing machine, for the first 2 pages are probably going to be Singer Featherweights. People like to use them even today. They're strong, sturdy machines made out of metal. They're not plastic. They're not super heavy, hence the Featherweight. So they can take them to their quilting classes or wherever they're going. People really like them and enjoy them. This one is a really expensive one. This one's beautiful, first edition with the box, all the accessories. Generally, they go in about the $300 range if you can find one. Next up would be Viking sewing machine is what I looked for. And this is actually the one I just showed you. So this with a box and the pedal and everything you need is probably in the $150 to $200 range. I'm not selling mine. And then there's this one, which is the kind that my everyday machine. It was my mom's. People love these things. This is a 5560. So this style is my everyday machine. People like them, and in fact, when I had it serviced, when I first acquired it, it was my mom's. The guy said, you should never get rid of this machine. So this is a really great all metal machine, and that's what people are looking for. Seamstresses want the all metal. I mean, yeah, it's great to have all the bells and whistles, but if you're just looking for something that you can depend on that is really pretty simple, these do really well. So I just typed in Viking, and this is what I got. Bernina is another really great brand. I have a friend who sews on a Bernina. These are super solid. Again, look at these machines. They're in the $100 range. You can usually pick them up at Goodwill for $5 to $10, and they sell for $100, and they're made out of metal, and they probably aren't going to break when you ship them. They're really expensive to ship, but people are expecting to spend $50 on shipping, so that's not really that much of a deterrent. Here's another great brand, Elna. I have sold Elnas before. I've actually sold this grasshopper one, and I have sold this one right here, the Elna 2. I find these, again, all the time for $5-10 at Goodwill, because they just don't really know that. I mean, I'll spend $10 to make 100, wouldn't you? So Elna's another brand. The Pfaff, these are also really great. They've been making them forever. Again, all metal machines. If you see a sewing machine that is all metal, go ahead and spend a few minutes looking it up, because it's probably worth some money, because people are tired of having plastic junk. Here's the one that I sold for 150. So this is a great machine right here, the 360. People seem to really enjoy that machine. They want them simple, forward, backward, zigzag. So now let's look at some more modern ones. This is the Brother the Dream Machine. It's got a ton of features on it. This one has all of its accessories. That's really hard to say. So I would say if you're out and about, Brother is a good brand. Baby Lock is a great brand. Genome is hit or miss. Here's another Husqvarna Viking. They also make chainsaws, yes. So you feel pretty powerful when you're sewing, because you're using the same thing as your chainsaw. Bernina, Brother, same sorts of brands. If you see the big screen, and those are not embroidery ones. Those are just high feature. And then here's embroidery ones, and these go for a ton of money too. And these are brand new. I thought I had typed in pre-owned, but here's a Bernina for $3,500. So if you can pick it up and you think, oh my gosh, they want $1,000, well, wouldn't you like to turn 1,000 into 3,000? Because I would. So if you can find one locally on Craigslist, I doubt you're going to find them that cheap. People are going to want 2,500, but even still, 2,500 to make 3,500. Not all of these, please be careful when you're doing research. Some of these may be exceptional. This is just a quick look through, but so anyway, embroidery machines are something to look for at garage sales. People may be trying to sell them because they don't really ever use them. Industrial machines, so these are the ones that go through leather, that they can go through thick fabric. Juki is a really popular brand. They're $776, so please don't think that every single industrial machine is worth $1,000. Most are going to be, these are $600. These are usually with the table. They're going to be in the $600 range. Without the table, some more home, quote unquote, home industrial machines are going to be worth about $300 or so. And the last is my little Hello Kitty. Because it has a cute Hello Kitty on it. This also came in red. They are worth in the $75 range. That's what I have to show you. Go out there, find some sewing machines. Don't be afraid to ship them, especially the all metal ones. Yes, they're fragile. Go ahead, double box them, put them in with bubble wrap. Don't think that they are invincible just because they're metal, because they could crack and break. And if you're shipping them FedEx, which is probably going to be your shipper of choice, I have not had super phenomenal luck with them not being careful, or being careful with my packages. So I would say go ahead and double box and just go out there and make some money. Go find some $5 or $10 machines and turn those into $100 bills. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And we'll see you with a What Sold video on Monday.